let's go for it. I'm gonna save. This would have to go disastrously for me to actually save scum. But I would want the option. Conquer County. I'm gonna change the objective to Cover. Confirm. Gain the contested title, blah blah blah. We know all that. Yep, there we go. Okay, so let's call the allies. Call to war. 150. We will accept. Yeah, hopefully all these guys are gonna accept. Hadn't considered that they might not, but I suppose there's always a chance. This is the guy who's under the man that we're fighting, so he can't come. That's our ally, or our vassal. Then this is, this would be fine. Is the marriage proposal not gone through with you? He's already considering an offer. Yeah, here's this guy raising. 39 days to gather. Let's do the same. I'll watch his money. See if he pulls in others. If he has the full 6,200 stack, we're not going to be able to engage with it immediately. Perhaps shouldn't have raised there because of that. Daughter. Yep. Okay, so now we want to call you to war. Let's see where the numbers have shooken out so far. We haven't got the war acceptance messages back yet. There's one. 6,500, 6,400. So just with those two, we're even. His allies haven't come in yet, though. Looks like they're working their way in. 88, 72. Alright, we got one more ally on our side. And pick up a diplomacy perk. Diplomacy per level of fame. Sure thing. And there is our last ally. That's gonna put us at 13,000 troops. He's still got one guy to call. Looks like he also has got another war that's opened up. Not sure how to read this. Has he gone to war with his other ally? Looks like he might have. So he can actually only call in one. Interesting. It's a bit of a mistake on his part, I'd say. Alright, so we're watching these guys raise. Mostly watching for whether he goes straight for it, because that might cause us to hire some mercenaries immediately. Looks like the Catholics can now crusade. It's not relevant to us yet. Could be later. Okay, so we're both done raising. Curiosity. Saying that would be even. Do we just dump into mercenaries immediately? Can also see his composition now. So he's got horse archers, he's got horsemen. Horse archers are interesting because they're both, they do not counter archers. Counter heavy infantry. So I think our preference would be archers. Doesn't look like archers are available to us in any of these armies, so don't think we can counter those. Cavalry. Okay, so he's just cavalry and horse archers. So we essentially don't want to come at him with more light infantry, but we could come at him with somebody that's going to bring some pikemen. And the horse archers counter themselves. And we got more. Horse archers are so powerful. How powerful are pikemen? Not nearly as powerful. Grab this. Oh, we already have those guys. Grab this. Not only would we have it, but we'd be denying it from him. Let's do that. I don't know if that's necessary, but... Group. I have our absolute best guy on this, which it looks like we already do. I believe I said group. So it says even, which isn't what I wanted to say. But I think we do get any more mercenaries. We're gonna be negative with our gold. Let's check out what we can do in the prisoner department. Looks like we can get some. Oh, these are our rulers. People who are not rulers. Let's do that. Commit to moving there at least. Can't ransom you at the moment. It's just a favor. I'm guessing these people are just favors, which is why they've been in prison for 37 years. We could ransom some of the vassals. I mean, it's not like it's... We've got them in there because we don't want to have to deal with them. But if we get that much money from them, it's helping us in a different way. We can't afford your full ransom. Because then I think that means we've got 300 gold coming our way, which means another stack of mercenaries that we'll raise here. Which means that I think we're going to have the advantage when it comes to this fight. Good deal. Good deal. Okay, so there's the gold. Looks like he's split in two. Let's let these people jump over here. Looks like he hired more mercenaries as well. So we could pick these guys up. Let's do so. Got the green plus. Bodes well. Composition, he hired pikemen, which is an interesting choice. I think we're both going to be done with mercenary business. He's actually going to go lose gold eventually. It'll take a while, but eventually. I'm still positive in gold, so that's good. Got the green plus. Yeah, let's let it play. He's freaking out a bit, it looks like. The better commander, higher quality, but we are crossing a river, and he's gonna utilize the defensive buildings in the hold. So this is gonna be the big battle. It's going well so far. Let's look at the counters. So the light horsemen are countered by the pikemen, but we're not really heavily invested in those. The horse archers are sort of cross countering each other, I suppose. Just let it play at slow speed. The footmen are countered. The archers are countered by the horsemen, so it's looking out, but it looks like it's going in our favor. Looks like it's going in our favor. Yeah, definitely, look at that. Alright, how much war score are we gonna get? We got a ton of horse archers, so I'm hoping the pursuit phase, we're gonna like wipe out quite a bit. Yeah, looks like it. So we, this is enemy. So that cost him 2,200 troops for our 941. So that's pretty good. That is pretty good. So I think I have to be careful with supply with this big of a stack out here. But tempted to follow him. Just because I really want to keep this advantage, and I don't want to split up too much, because I don't want to get caught out of position. But this is the capital. Decisions. So let's stay here. We're gonna break up enough. To stay under the supply limit, which I think is 3,800. If you go here. By the time this siege is down, and by the time his army is done with its shattered retreat, allies should be making their way here. It looks like actually allies have a lot of sort of local opportunities to knock this guy down. Yeah, this should really mess with his gold income too. So we should be able to get him into the owners and debt modifier, which will affect his combat. I don't remember by what, but I do know it will affect combat for him. There's some sort of malice associated with that. So yeah, we can't actually call that ally though, so we don't pay full price yet. Looks like sister isn't married to anybody. Spouse must have died. Let's find somebody who's intelligent as well. That matrilineal. It's round 2 for her, at least 2. Okay. Gained a level of fame already. Good. Don't know if I believe this was the same man we fought earlier. So it appears he's still not good at prowess. So he's still here, so there's always that chance that we'll get the Emperor immediately. Looks like his army is reformed. It was not a very long shatter. They're coming back. But we will be ready. We will be ready. So we might even want to preemptively get this guy going back, so we don't have any surprises. Because we might be able to go ahead and jump right at him after the siege. Nope, looks like he's thinking better. Looks like that. I heard that sound again. It must come from sieges. Maybe when it advances. We are taking attrition here. the 1% you get from sieges, and with numbers this close, everything matters, right? Let's do a quick check on the allies. Looks like they're doing their job. There's no diddle-daddle. Do we? Okay. For a second there, I thought we got it, but it does look like we got the air. Yeah, captured air plus 50%. So that is going to be A-okay. Very much so into that. So now we just have to make sure we don't end up with like a stock wipe or something like that. Feeling pretty confident. Supply is not great here, but it's not to the point when I have major issues. We can try this. Probably gonna reinforce. Or if you can like trick the game and like not actually. I don't know if the AI can see your orders. So I assume at some point he's going to want to move this stack to defend this one. But I don't know what the trigger is. I think like the easy thing to do would be they can see your orders. But if that is the case, there's going to be opportunities to game that system. Okay, looks like it's going to engage here. This is going to happen in 6 days. This guy has 23 days to move. So I think that'll be advantageous. Because we're defending in hills, because it's our territory, we get the defense even though we're doing the attack. Which, I mean, it's just, I mean, I'm okay with it, it changes things, but it is totally opposite of how this would have always worked in the past, I think. So we have 17 days before they get reinforced. As far as counters go, looks like it's similar to that first setup. Yeah, horse archers are really good, especially for counters. It's interesting they counter themselves too. I'm really excited to use those to fight against the Europeans, because they counter light infantry and heavy infantry. So if the Europeans are bringing a lot of infantry to the battle, yeah, there we go. That's exactly what we want. I wanted to get the first army into the victory phase of retreating, then engage the second one. I don't think they can come back to the field. We'll see. So we've got 3,300 coming in now. So I'd expect that 0 that we've got going here to reset to 3,300. We'll see. Okay, looks like it actually reset to even lower. And they're just getting slaughtered. This is beautiful. I could cry. Music to my ears, and there's the victory. Over here, what do we have? Routed casualties. In battle, most casualties are actually routed casualties that are not dead or badly wounded, unlike fatal casualties. Okay. Cool. Nice. That was good. That was very good. So we got 366 fame out of that, which we damn well should. Giving us a nice boost towards that exalted. We lost 400. They lost 1,400. That's also great. And they're going to shatter northwards. So, thinking we follow them. And I have to keep an eye on supply, for sure. But there's a good chance that some of our allies' sieges are going to resolve. Or over here, I think this may be an ally battle. Yeah, it's deep red, so that means it's our enemy. So we may actually get this fairly soon. Got our contracts expiring. It's like 5 months left, which is honestly all I expect this war to last. While a dramatic war, the gains aren't going to be that huge. because we're just really warring for this one county. The meta goal of all this is really to stabilize. So hopefully we will achieve our desired effect. Doesn't look like either he's found different ways to make money, or taking the capital didn't have the income hit that I would have expected it to. It's interesting. But yeah, I think the priority is probably going to be to kill as much of his army as possible. Hopefully what happens then is we get some opportunistic vassals, or people who would otherwise be fighting with him, see that he is so weak, and then it's got a sort of a death spiral. So that would be great for us, not only because he's obviously a threat, but the actually sort of fighting the existence of the Empire period. We want to see that break up into more manageable chunks, which will allow us to bite them off one by one. So we got 95%. Various things happening on the board. Doesn't look like too many sieges. Has anybody already jumped in as an opportunist? Doesn't look like it. But hopefully he's got factions and whatnot forming against him. So if we go further than this, we're going to be taking attrition, because we'll be more than one deep from friendly territory. Okay, but it does look like that's the end of the shatter. So we are going to engage here. Got the green plus, so this will be great. This will be good. His whole army versus our whole army. I think we made the right choices with how we did the mercenaries. It's a lot of money, but it made it so the allies were supporting rather than us having to wait for all of them to get to wherever position we would need them in. So that's been good. We'll want to be careful that we don't go so far into this that essentially what I was saying would happen to him, where he's weakened and then there's a bunch of opportunists jump in. We don't want that to happen to us. We don't want to overcommit, right? But we've got no factions, and we're most of pretty good, and I think we will still have our mercenaries for 19 months. So I don't think anybody's going to start anything. I also don't think we're in a position where this number up here doesn't include mercenaries, so we haven't gotten ourselves in a position where most of our forces are mercenaries, which could obviously be dangerous. So, you want a war. Everyone wants to fight this thing. You're defending. We'll accept. Probably not going to do anything about it, but we will accept. What happened to his army? Did your army just poof? His mercenaries just poofed, so that may have been all he had. The game is going to push us out of the war shortly, so we might as well just resolve it. But let's just draw it out. Oh no, his army's still there. I just couldn't see it. Enemy ally joins war. That must be the new war. Yeah, we want to milk this for everything it's worth, because again, it's not about the county, it's about the stability. Technically, we popped into somebody else's territory, and then we're popping back out, so we haven't got the penalty for moving across his territory and ignoring the fort levels. We did just lose some mercenaries. I think we're still in a good position, although we will need to appoint a new leader. Let this guy take over. He lost his mercenaries too, it looks like. Yeah, so I think this move is going to hurt us. So, but what we could... no, we can't. I was thinking that maybe this was a different realm, but that doesn't seem to be the case. We're not committed to that yet. So we could pop somewhere where we won't have supply problems. Which is apparently nowhere. Let's move over here. We're not going to get anything else out of this war, I don't think. So, I think we'll have these guys start steering towards home. And we'll resolve this. On paper, yeah, it's not that big of a war. So we only get the 75 fame. Yeah, that should do wonders for our longer term objectives. Do we not control this anymore? Don't. Looks like our son may have lost it. We only have 3. We have domain limit of 3. That's awful. That's not good. Don't really want to farm that out. So assist gives us +1, manage domain. Maybe that's what we'll do. Yeah, that's... I want to be able to hold at least 4. I don't think that's unreasonable. So once we get back in friendly territory, we can disband these guys. So we're not going to be participating in that other war. But yeah, hopefully that was enough to, his capital's really far from the core territory now. Looks like he's got at least a few bigger vassals. That does also bring us a step closer to claiming the Kingdom of Mongolia. Now might not be the time to do that. Actually, it may. Have we had nothing but girls? Wow. Are the concubines pregnant? You may get rid of these. Why can't I get rid of them? Dismiss. We're in a really good place with secession. Because you could pretty much consider the girls... This guy's gonna get married soon. If he has a male son, we can consider that our spare heir. They'll create pretty much clean succession, assuming this woman doesn't have a child in the next 3 years. She's got a -10 to her attraction, which maybe that affects fertility. Dismissed con, yep. So we may actually be in a position where we want to create a dual kingdom because it's something that we can actually keep together through the inheritance. Bump to 4. Yeah, I think that was a good move. So we got this guy penned, so we can see if anything degrades. Alright, let's get 75 prestige there. Still convert our culture at some point. Let's Let's let this finish. Looks like Zetsu is in another war. Except, we probably won't participate. In fact, I think we're going to go ahead and disband these guys. Problem raising if we get attacked the next 11 months, but I don't see that as being particularly likely. Yeah, so if this converts, then we'll have a 3-county culture. It means we can do something like where we increase development. We increase development here. This borders both of these. So these both should get the neighbor bonus. So I think that'll be good. Not currently developing here because that's actually, that job is performed by the same person who does the culture convert. Is there a strong vassal who wouldn't make a bad spy master? So the steward would be a better spy master. It's our brother. Which means he has claims on us. But he's quite fond of us. Could swap the marshal. Does not have claims on us. It's our personal intrigue. Personal intrigue isn't great. Let's swap with our brother. A little risky, but I don't think he's in the line of inheritance. Think of anything, he'd go for his son. That feels like a bad idea. Let's swap the marshal. Did that not go through? Swap. Swap. I'm taking crazy pills. I guess fire. Point. Appoint the marshal. Okay, that worked. Now, let's have this guy who's angry, the good marshal, this dude. And then let's get somebody with better steward skill. So our brother with the funny hat could do it. Could do it twice as well, probably. 8 versus 16. It's a sign. The other guy's gonna be a little mad. That's gonna, yeah, it's gonna make things much faster. Not that they were in a terrible rush to make that happen, but it would be nice. So at the moment, development 2, development 1. So actually losing this county is going to move it down by a bit. But I want to get a culture where everything in that culture borders at one province. There's a place where you can increase development, and that will increase the development in all provinces of that culture. Because that average development is going to determine how quickly we research things. Average development of Buryat counties, which for a tribal won't be that big, but later on, we do we reform into feudal? It looks like we reform into feudal down the line. That'll mean that really the innovations are going to go nuts. There will be some cases of like our culture naturally popping here and there. Like looks like it's already happened with Buryat. appears because our vassals have been adventuring or inheriting, or something's caused that little county out there to fall under our kingdom. But yeah, that's where we're at.